The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Raider Nation, a shocker. Our running back, Josh Jacobs, has signed with the Green Bay Packers in free agency, reuniting with our guy, Rich Bisaccia. Unfortunately, the Raiders did try to bring him back, but I think it was the money that didn't work out. I'm guessing the financials aren't released yet, but I'm guessing that he signed for close to around 10 million per year. I know that's what Saquon got, around 11, 12 million. So I think Jacobs got around the same. And clearly we weren't able or willing to offer him that amount of money. And, it sucks to see, our team captain and one of the faces of our franchise for the last 5 years to leave. It sucks. He was a team captain and he was a Raider through and through. And it sucks to see him leave. There's no disputing that. But I will say, in the long run, I do think this is going to work out better for the Las Vegas Raiders. While that is an unpopular opinion, I get that. But, it's a hard truth, but running backs do decline. When they hit a certain age, we saw last year with Austin Eckler, it's a steep drop off from, they're a star to they're old and they're, overvalued. So, I think Josh Jacobs, while he was really good for us, I'd rather be a year early letting him go than a year late. If we were to give him that money and he didn't work out, you're wasting money. There's dead cap you're going to ensue on your books. And I think that it's better that we let him go for the financial reasons because, Jacobs, as good as he was when he didn't have a good offensive line, he was very dependent, like most running backs are, on his offensive line. And last year when the offensive line was not, at its best, we had a young unit last year. And he was getting stuffed for, negative yardage, and we would be in a lot of second and longs after handing the ball off to Josh Jacobs. And, it wasn't working out last year. He finished with less than 1,000 yards. He wasn't healthy last season. So I think we were banking on him becoming healthy and, contributing, but he just wasn't that last year. And it sucked, it hurt our offense when he wasn't on the field, to a degree, but, towards the end of the season, we had guys like Zamir White step up, and we saw in that Chiefs game, he won us that game at the end of the game, bursting off that 40-yarder and then that 20-yarder to ice the game effectively. And, I do think that, Telesco mentioned in the combine, we're going to employ a running back by committee approach and, led by Zamir White and, Amir Abdullah, who we just re-signed. I think we're going to draft a guy as well, maybe in the third, fourth round, maybe a Blake Corum out of Michigan. That's the guy I think we're going to consider. So, it sucks to see Josh Jacobs leave, but I do think it's more of an emotional loss than it is, a player loss in terms of the output that they're going to produce on the field. So it sucks to see, this guy leave. It's hard. He was one of our favorite players. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this love Josh Jacobs, and as did we on this channel here. He was a channel favorite. But, it sucks. But I think we're going to be fine in the long run. I'm happy that we use the money to sign a guy like Christian Wilkins and bolster up our defensive line rather than Josh Jacobs, who, let's face it, the running back position isn't what it once was. It's not highly valued in the market. And, we got our guy Christian Wilkins, and unfortunately, every team has the same amount of salary cap. So it's just how you allocate those assets. And we chose to build the trenches like Telesco has traditionally done. And, we didn't allocate that with the running back, which I think is the modern trend in the NFL. And I think it's, we wanted him back. There's no disputing that. But, I think it'll actually help us out that this guy's not on the team. And I know that's going to be unpopular. You guys can roast me in the comments, do whatever you got to do, but that's just my opinion. And, that's the opinion of a lot of teams in the NFL, is not to pay running backs. And but yeah, we wish Josh Jacobs well. He produced for us. He was a big part of our, move to Vegas. He was one of our staples. He showed up every single week when he was healthy. We got the same thing every week, same effort from him. So, it's sad. It's sad to see this guy go, but it's a new day in Raider Nation. We're bringing in the right guys, and I feel confident that this regime is going to replace him in an effective manner. And so, yeah, Josh Jacobs, we wish you well, but it's time to move on. And we're gonna have you guys cover Raider Nation. There's gonna be a whole new bunch of moves that are gonna be made in the next coming hours and coming days, coming weeks. And we're gonna cover every single one here on this podcast. So we appreciate all the support, comments, likes, subscribes recently, and keep it coming, guys. We're on the rise here at the Silver and Black Attack, and we appreciate all the support. Every comment, every like, it means something to us. We read every comment, we appreciate every like. So thank you guys for the support, and we're gonna have you guys covered. And until then, see you guys.